Hey everyone, this is Tyler from the library. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how you can add an on-off button to your servo. So to get started, I went to MakeCode.com. Link is in the description if you need it. I'm going to click on microbit, and I'm going to create a new project. I'm going to call this one Servo on/off. Okay, so this program is really helpful because I'm sure as you've seen as you've connected your servo is that once you add the battery pack or plug it into your computer, your program is going to start running and it's going to keep doing that automatically without stopping, which is exactly what we programmed to do, exactly what we wanted to do. But if you want to fix something or test something, you have to remove the power, which can get annoying. So it's really helpful to add an on-off button, and this really helps make your project a little bit more mobile and easier to test things out. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to get rid of the on start and forever blocks. We're not going to be using them in this program. I'm going to click on advanced and I'm going to click on extensions and I'm going to add the servo library. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the input tab. Since what we're doing is we're adding an input, which is a button press, this is why we need this block right here. So I need on button A pressed, and I'm going to go ahead and grab a second one. And you can see there's an input here. So on button A pressed, I can click on this drop down box, and I'm going to change this one to B. So the first servo I'm going to be doing is the continuous rotation servo. This is the easiest one to program. It's just two blocks, one going in here, and then one going into B. So I'm going to go down to the servos. And I'm going to grab that continuous rotation servo. I'm going to leave all the default settings pin 0 at 50%. For this program, it's not critical that we change any of those. I'm going to grab, and this time, instead of grabbing the continuous rotation servo, I'm going to grab stop servo at 0. And this is why it's so easy to do the continuous rotation servo. Like I said, it's just two blocks. We just have to make sure that pin 0 and pin 0 match here. And now we can test it out. So if you click over on the test feature, you can click button A, and you'll see our servo start moving at 50% exactly the way we want it to. Unfortunately, there's some sort of bug in the test servo, so we can't really test this out. If I press button B, it doesn't actually stop servo. But luckily, when we do it on our for real servo, it works just fine. So I'm going to do that next. I'm going to click download, and then I'm going to connect my microbit to my computer. And sometimes our microbit will just pop up just like we want it to. I'm going to find my downloads folder. I'm going to do it here. So this was actually my test program. So I'm going to click on this one. This is one I just wrote. I'm going to drag and drop it into my microbit. On my computer, it's the D drive. Wait for this to go to 100%. And then, okay. And I'm going to take it off my computer. So some people have been asking, how can I power my microbit away from my computer? When you unplug it, anything you have connected to your microbit will stop moving. So anything with your servo should stop moving. And that's why the battery pack was included in your kit. So you should have two batteries, this pack. I've already loaded my batteries in here, and you'll have this connector at the end of it. And you'll notice on the back of your microbit, there's a port here that matches this one. So it can only fit one way. So there's a little groove on the bottom of this battery pack. That's going to, if you're holding your microbit like this, that groove is going to face down and slide right in. And this way our microbit is now powered and it's mobile and we can go anywhere we want with it and still run what our program is. As I mentioned, I'm using the continuous rotation servo. So that is the VTech continuous. It should say that right on the case of the servo. It also has the circular thing screwed in at the top. That's how you know it's the continuous rotation servo. As a refresher, we have to connect this in a exact order. So I'm going to look for my orange wire. I'm going to grab the alligator clip. That one is connected to pin number 0. The center one is our positive voltage. I'm going to connect that one to the pin with 3 volts. And the last one is the brown wire, and that one's going to be connected to G and D pin. You should hear a slight sound with your servo, but nothing should move this time. So before, when we had our servo, we plugged in, we wired it up properly, it started moving automatically. This time, it's not. So I'm going to press button A to start it off, and if everything works properly, we should have a 360-degree moving servo. And to test our off button, I'm going to press B, and you should see your servo stop, just like we programmed it to. So I'm going to press A, start, B to stop. Alright, that's all there is to it. So I hope you found this helpful. Thanks for watching, and good luck programming your servo. In the next video, I'm going to show you how you can program your positional servo. It's a little more complicated with the coding, but it works the exact same way.